Hey y'all, Tammy Cinematic Skeins. This is episode 14. This is a knitting podcast, although I consider it a vlog. And no, sorry, my dogs have been very demanding today, which is weird because usually on Saturdays I leave the door open, they do whatever they want, whatever. But today they've decided they just want to hang out with me. Yeah. And Benny's usually the good one, but I bought him new pull toy yesterday, and now he's like obsessed with it and wants to play with it all the time. And Benny wins at tug. I don't win. And you're not supposed to let your dog win at tug because it's a dominance thing. He wins. He's pulled me out of a chair before. He's knocked me on the floor. It's just, Benny's a little strong. But anyway, hi. Yeah, so on this podcast, I discuss knitting, yarn hauls, usually yarn hauls because I knit slowly, or I think I knit slowly. I'm told I knit quickly. Occasional crochet. I really need to get back to crocheting. I haven't done it in forever. But I think a lot of it is because when I was a crocheter, I really wanted to be a knitter because I like the fabric that knitting creates better than the fabric that crochet creates, which I've mentioned before. But yeah, so I don't crochet as much. I would like to get back to Tunisian crochet, which we're going to do a Tunisian crochet giveaway. I posted a little short video asking if that was something you guys would be interested in, and there were enough people interested in it that I feel it's worthwhile to do. I'm not going to do the actual giveaway today. I'm just going to show you guys the stuff that will be in the giveaway, and we'll do the giveaway on the next episode, which will likely be in 2 weeks. Probably. This was actually kind of a nice break, and because I know I'm going to slow down on the acquisitions because the yarn crawl is happening and I'm going to Maryland Sheep and Wool. I already bought my plane tickets and my Sheep and Wool tickets. I just need to book my hotel, which I haven't done yet because I'm trying to decide if I want to stay somewhere nostalgic or if I want to stay closer to where the event is occurring. Because back in the day, like I've told you guys, I'm from Virginia, but back in the day when my mom and I would go to Maryland all the time to go to the aquarium because it was like my favorite place. And at one point I actually got accepted into the volunteer program there, but it was just a hassle since we lived in Virginia, so I never got to do it. But we always stayed at the Hyatt at the Inner Harbor because my aunt worked there on the Puerto Rican side, so she worked there as like in housekeeping or something, so we got to stay there for free. So we always stayed there when we went to Baltimore, and I kind of want to stay there when I go, and also go to the aquarium in addition to going to the Maryland Sheep and Wool. I am flying in a day early so I can do stuff like go to the aquarium. Mostly just go to the aquarium and get some crab cakes because I haven't had a crab cake since I moved to Texas. Not a good one anyway. Well, yeah, not a good one. I'm gonna say I made crab cakes, but they weren't that good. So, but yeah, so I'm excited to go back to the East Coast. I have limited time off, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to drive down to Virginia. Usually when I fly home or back to the East Coast, I fly into DC and then drive to Virginia or Maryland, depending on what I'm doing. But this time I'm flying into Maryland directly because it was cheaper. So I don't know if I'm going to make it down to Virginia, even though I kind of really want to because I miss my friends. Which reminds me, and I know I don't have to put this out there, but I'm going to put this out there. I'm not shy. I'm not. I mentioned going to the Sheep and Wool Festival and I was worried about being uncomfortable, and somebody was like, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you'll be fine. Just breathe. You'll make friends. I'm not that person. It's nothing to do with my shyness or my introversion, really. It's my brain. I think I mentioned it in like a video a while back that I believe that I may be mildly autistic. And I actually talked to my doctor about it. I'm not good with social stuff. I've never have been. And this is going to large events like this is one of those things. I need something familiar around me to be comfortable. Unfortunately, I found out that not that I know them, but other podcasters that I follow will be there, and I've like chit-chatted with them before, so I feel like I will be comfortable as long as I see people I know that I'm okay with, you know, communicating with. So I think that will help, and I'll be okay. But yeah, it's my brain, you guys. Yeah, so it's not just introversion and shyness. Like, I think I'm mildly autistic, so I have issues with social stuff. And what is your stop, Benny? Get down. Issues with social skills, issues with reading people, like understanding meanings behind things sometimes. That hurts. Be gentle. Yeah, see, I don't win at tug of war at all. Play with Theo. Yeah, Theo doesn't win either. But anyway, I just wanted to address that. Like, when I say that I'm uncomfortable with things, it's not just an issue of shyness. It's brain chemistry and me. But anyway, this will not be a super long video, I hope, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the acquisitions into their own video. So it'll be like a bonus acquisition episode. I feel like I want to play around with the channel a little bit and like name stuff. So when I do like hauls, they're not really hauls, but when I go buy a bunch of stuff, maybe I should put it in its own video instead of putting it in with the regular videos, unless it's not a lot and the video is shorter, because I don't want my videos to always be an hour long. If I'm going to continue doing them every 2 weeks. I've also considered changing it up to doing them once a month, so then they can be an hour long, because that's all you get for a month. I don't know. I haven't decided. But anyway, I don't have a ton of knitting to show because I cut my finger. What happened was, I have one of those rotary cutters that looks like the thing that looks like a pizza cutter, but it's for fabric cutting. And I decided to make a bag, which I will show you. And I cut my finger. And I don't know, you can see the line a little bit from where I cut it, but I'm an idiot. So here's like the cutty thing. Here's my finger. And I'm just like, roll. And I was like, oh, that stings a bit. Like, look at my finger, there's like blood everywhere. It wasn't bad, like I didn't need stitches, but I bleed a bit. I'm slightly anemic always. So yeah, it was bad. Not bad, like, it was a little embarrassing. Anyway, and then what happened was, whenever I tried to do anything with my finger, and as a knitter, I'm a pusher. So like when you're knitting and you have the tool, I push it back and push. So yeah, I'm a pusher. And every single time I did that, I reopened my cut. So I had to stop knitting for a week. So I don't have a ton knit, which I'm sad about, because I really, really, really want to finish this sweater like now. But anyway, let's show you finished objects, which I left in the closet because I'm that person. Okay. Always leaving stuff places. All right, so I can't remember if I showed you guys the stripy socks that I finally finished that I was taking forever on. If I did, whatever. Point being, they are finished, and I wanted to make sure that I finished at least a sock, because I'm going to take it with me for the yarn crawl as a sample, because I'm going to attempt to wind the second skein I have of this. If you remember my original video about dyeing self-striping yarn, or my attempt to dye self-striping yarn, my issue was winding it back into like a manageable skein or ball or whatever. This one I ended up hand winding because I kept tangling the skein when I tried to unwind it. And my idea was, maybe I should buy a second Swift and put it across the room and then like wind it that way onto the yarn winder, and then unwind it back onto the Swift in like a normal size. That's my idea anyway. I'm sure I'm overcomplicating it, but I had that idea. So I bought the little cheap Swift off of Amazon that I'm going to use to do that, and or attempt that. And if it works, then I'm going to dye the rest of my long hanks, like, so I have some more self-striping colorways for the yarn crawl. We'll see what happens. It's probably just gonna be a mess and I'm gonna end up hand winding it. We'll see. But either way, I do need to buy a case for this, but this will be my like travel Swift. Although I don't think I'm gonna be traveling anywhere anytime soon where I'm gonna need to wind yarn, but you never know. So at least I have this. Because I would be more worried about taking the wood one because I could break that one. This one's just plastic, but it's plastic over metal, so it'll be fine. And this one has a little windy thing, which helps for rewinding a skein, because my wood one doesn't have that. And it turns sideways. So like my wooden one just goes like this, but this one, it tilted. So, and it was only like 20 bucks. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I bought that. And I should mention this is take 2, because of course it is. I was using my camera and I can't find the cord to plug my camera into the computer so I can get the video off of it. Because I haven't set up the Wi-Fi thing on the camera and I don't know where the password is for my Wi-Fi. Anyway, all right, so there's that. And then I showed this in a little short video that I filmed, but just in case you guys didn't see that one. This is Close Encounters. And I've only knit one sock, so it's not really a finished knit, sort of. It's a finished knit for what I want it for. I knit this to use as a sample during the yarn crawl so people can see how that yarn knits up, because just looking at it like this, you don't know that it ends up looking like this. Or at least I wouldn't, because I'm still learning how to look at yarn and know how it knits up. But yeah, so I just wanted one sock for that. I will eventually knit another sock because I like this and I will want to wear these when it's over. So yeah, those are my finished objects for the socks. And then I came across a cowl pattern when I was looking for like moon knits or moon related knitting, because I like moon stuff. And I found this In Light of Luna cowl pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. It smells good. I just blocked this last night, so it still smells all like jasmine-y. Eucalyptus. Jasmine's my favorite. But I knit this using my colorway Sister to the Fates, which is my black, sorry, allergies. I have the window open. I haven't taken my Claritin yet. I'm allergic to Texas. Not allergic to Virginia, allergic to Texas. But anyway, this is Sister to the Fates, but this was a messed up batch of Sister to the Fates because it's Stellina and I mistakenly put it in the citric acid bath instead of the vinegar bath, and citric acid dulls Stellina. So I have I had 4 50-gram skeins of Sister to the Fates that are all dull. But I'm okay with it because it's still sparkly, but it's like a subtle sparkle. So there's not a ton of sparkle in it, but it's enough to give it character, and it's so soft. And then the gray is Yarn Bee. It's the Hobby Lobby hand dyed. And I try not to shop at Hobby Lobby because I don't agree with them morally. But yeah, it's the Hobby Lobby Iron Soot, the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee hand dyed yarn that they have. And then this blue is Nocturne by Explorer Knits and Fibers, and the Moonstone colorway by Explorer Knits and Fibers from the Advent that I did. But isn't that pretty? And I don't know if you guys can see like the subtle color change in the Moonstone. Or a little bit of sparkle. See the little bit of sparkle? But anyway, I am very proud of this. It took me a day, y'all. This is the fastest thing I've ever knit. And the pattern says that the yarn usage is like a mini and a 50-gram skein. I think I only ended up using 36 grams or something of that of my 50-gram skein, and I used 4 different colors instead of just the one. So maybe like a couple grams of each other color that I used. So yeah, it didn't take a lot of yarn or anything. And look at those floats. I think I'm getting better with color work, y'all. I think I'm getting better. And I didn't have to go down a needle size, or I forgot to go down a needle size. Well, it's not in the pattern to do it for the ribbing. And it's straight, which tells me that my Goonies cowl is all my fault. My tension is all messed up in that apparently. So I'm gonna have to re-knit my Goonies cowl, which means I'm gonna have to frog it, which means I'm gonna have to undo the yarn, that the ends that I wove in, and it's gonna be a project, but no rush. It's not like it's cold outside. So yeah, isn't that pretty? And I forgot to accommodate for the jumps with the, I did for some of it, because like here you can see where I tried to keep them straight, and then I forgot to do it in the most important part where the moon is. But it's okay. It's okay. I like this a lot, y'all. It's my finished object. My work in progress, which I feel like would be a finished object if I hadn't cut my finger. And I stopped doing, I mentioned in the last video that I was doing the Farmhouse Cardis, like the one for my cousin and the one for myself in alternating days. You knew I wouldn't keep that up. I just switched to the one that I wanted to do. And now I'm like debating if I want to even finish the one that I was gonna knit for my cousin. Like, I don't know if she watches these videos. She probably doesn't. So I don't think she knows about it. I don't feel like knitting it. Like, I want to wear, there's so many projects. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but I have a lot of project bags right now, which is just, I only work on one thing at a time. I don't know why I have so many projects. But anyway, last time you saw it, I had just separated the sleeves, so I was about here. And I've done the body to the point where the pattern says go ahead and start the ribbing. But because I'm tall, I decided to go ahead and do the sleeves and then come back to this. So I'm gonna do the sleeves, and then whatever yarn I have left over, I'm just gonna keep knitting this until it runs out. And I'm modifying the pattern. Wish me luck. I'm gonna attempt to put some pockets in. I saw a tutorial from Tin Can Knits, and it looked really easy. So I feel like I'm gonna be okay to put pockets in, and it'll be okay if I run out of yarn, because I can do the pockets in a different yarn. So I can have like a color inside the pockets, like one of these colors or something. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I have a couple more inches of this sleeve to go before I can go back to working the body. So yeah, it's doing all right. Yarn dyeing, I've got a couple more colorways. My neighbors are loud. Dyed this one. These colorways don't have names yet because they're not exactly what I intended, especially this one. It's more blue than it was supposed to be. This was supposed to be lavender, not blue, but I don't think I didn't measure. Bought a notebook so I could write these things down, and I'm still not measuring. But again, once the yarn crawls over, I think I'll focus more on particular colorways. And I'm still thinking I'm gonna be one of those people that don't repeat colorways, or most of my colorways. It's always gonna be like 4 skeins of yarn in a particular colorway. And then if I come across something that I really, really like, then I'll write that one down and keep it in the repertoire. Like the super easy rainbow connection socks, and you know, the reverse speckle. Those will always be things that I do. It may not always be the same colors, but those will always be things I do. The Celestial colorway, I dyed on a Stellina sparkle instead of the Lurex sparkle like I did for the last giveaway I did. And then I have a Fern Gully, if you guys remember that cartoon. I have a Fern Gully colorway that is drying right now, and I'm thinking I might have used too much blue in it because it was supposed to be a mixture of greens, but I put in some blue greens too because, you know, the Amazon has a ton of different variations of color in it. But I'm waiting for that to dry so I can see what the colors really look like, because I just pulled that out of the bath this morning. Then let's see. This isn't gonna be a slog like it was last time. I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of things that I'm planning to make. This is Valo, or Valo, I think it's Valo, by Alexis Winslow. It's a cowl, but it's got like the whole like bandana-y looking thing to it. And I really, really like that. In triangles, 3s. And then this was in my, if you saw the video, my Maker's Dozen, the Nomad Tee. And this is by Rachel Ilsley, and this was a pattern that was in my Maker's Dozen that I said that the designer, the pattern was unavailable because the designer was working on it to like update it or something, and they just updated it and released it on yesterday. So yes, I think I'm going to knit this in a coppery color because I'm going to try to knit from stash. I just got to see if I have enough of a contrast. Like I need 2 contrast colors for the middle, so I got to see if I have anything that goes with it. We'll see. And then one of you guys mentioned that you were a new knitter and it would be helpful if I posted like beginner videos or tutorials, or maybe did a knit along. I'm all for that. My only thing about tutorials is I still consider myself a new knitter. Like I've literally been knitting since March. It's been a year then. Okay, so I've been a knitter for a year. I still consider myself a beginner. And honestly, when there's stuff I don't know how to do, I, you know, look at other people's videos. So I think it's Very Pink Knits, because she does like slow-mo and close-ups. So she's real easy to follow. Norman with Nimble Needles, who I've mentioned before. I love Norman. So his videos. Andrea Mowry has pretty good tutorials. I think Stephen West's tutorials are really good too. Honestly, for the stuff that I've knit so far, there aren't a lot of techniques that are difficult yet. And you know, the patterns I choose, I don't really look at the difficulty when I'm picking the patterns. I'm just like, ooh, I like that. So I'm gonna figure this out. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. So I would feel weird teaching stuff, because honestly, in addition to how I hold my yarn, I may be doing something the wrong way, and I don't want to teach somebody else the wrong way. Like, me doing stuff the wrong way works for me, because the knitting stuff comes out okay, but I don't want to teach somebody the wrong way to do something if I can help it. That makes sense. But as far as knit-alongs go, one of you guys sent me this pattern. Now the designer, it's currently in like process. Like the designer's about to do like the testing part, and then I guess if the tests go well, then, can y'all hear that? My tummy's growling. Once they do all the testing and all that, I guess the pattern will be released. But I have heard tale of, you know, where pattern goes into testing and then the designer decides not to release the pattern, and I hope that doesn't happen with these. But I'm thinking that it would be a good knit along. It's color work, socks. Look at them. Oh my god, they're so cool. These are they don't have an official name yet, but they're Playing with Film Reel socks by Left Sock Best Sock. I don't know their real name. They're on Instagram. But could these be any more me? Like, I love these. So I was thinking about doing those as a knit along. I'm open to options though. If you guys want to do like a sweater or a shawl or something instead, we can look at, I can go through patterns and like find one that I think will look cool that I want to make. You guys all want to make that one, that shawl I like with the triangles, or shawl cowl. I don't know, like, suggest any ideas, anything you guys like feel like knitting, like accessory wise or sweater, or I don't know. Let's decide on a thing, and then I will, like, if we all are like, let's all do a shawl, then I could go through shawl patterns and like show them and be like, all right, let's vote. Which one do you guys want to do? Like, you guys want to do something like that? I know I went to socks because I feel like they're easy and quicker to finish. But I'm open to whatever. If you guys want to do a knit along, I'm cool with it. And we could do a prize. I don't know what the prize will be. I have plenty of yarn to give away, always, because I have so much yarn. I'm sure I can pull something from stash. Yeah, so comment below, please. Make some suggestions what you would be interested in knitting if we were to do a knit along, and then, you know, I will pull things I like, because I'm not going to make something I don't want to make that I would not wear. So you have to let me like go through some patterns. You can suggest patterns if you think something would be cool for a knit along, and I could look at it and be like, no, or yes. I don't know. Yeah, so that was a thing. Also, let's see, what else? Dyed, knit, whips. I made a bag when I cut my finger. Now, I have to say this bag is not the way it was intended to be. One, it was supposed to be like this wide because I wanted a big bag. Then the micro suede was supposed to be like up to here, and I cut it wrong because of course I did. But I put pockets in, and I've never done that before. Not that it's hard, but I mean, I'm still a new sewer, you guys. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I put pockets. And they're not, there's no holes in the bottom. They work. But yeah, look at the fabric with the bunny and the hedgies, owls. There's birds on it. There's birds on here, flowers. I don't even know if I'm even gonna use this bag because it's not what I intended it to be. It's not sewn badly, I don't think. It's a little crooked down here, but that was because I was fighting my sewing machine, literally. Kept having issues with it, and then I punched it. And I broke it. I think what happened was when I hit it, I broke the tension dial, I think. But it was a Brother Simple, like $75 sewing machine, whatever. So, and I've had it for a very long time, just kind of sitting around for whenever I decided to try to sew something. So it's okay that I broke it. It's okay. I bought a new sewing machine. It's lovely. Like, after I sewed this with my brother's sewing machine, I sewed the rest of it with the Singer sewing machine, and explains why my mother had a Singer. I should have kept my mom's machine. I don't know what I did with my mom's sewing machine. What did I do with my mom's sewing machine? I think I might have left it somewhere when I moved, like in a closet or something. I did that. My mom did it too. Like I mentioned, like we used to have a weaving loom and we left it in a closet when we moved. I left a whole entire stereo system in a closet once when I moved. Like, you know, with the big like waist level speakers and stuff. I left them in the closet. I moved and I had like a wooden kitchen table, like an old school, like 50s style wooden kitchen table, and like all the little chairs. I brought the table and I left all the chairs in the closet. So more than likely I left the sewing machine in a closet. But yeah, new sewing machine. I like it a lot. I have a feeling I'm gonna make a lot more stuff. Speaking of which, I bought fabric. I've been buying fabric. I haven't bought a lot of yarn recently. Like the only yarn that's coming in right now is stuff I pre-ordered. And then, well, I bought have this to go with it. But this will be, I'll mention this in the acquisition video, which I will do later. This video is just going to be chit chat, my knitting stuff, which I've already gone through, and making stuff, and the giveaway. And then I'll do a second video of the acquisitions and stuff, maybe tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Because I gotta go run errands because I am running late today because I didn't sleep well. So then I went to bed at like 5 o'clock this morning, and yeah, I'm late today. But anyway, I'm rambling. I bought this fabric. Look at this sheep. It's so cute. I didn't buy a lot of it, so I'm probably just gonna make some small bags with it. I think maybe, might be able to get 2 or 3 bags out of this. Maybe 2. I don't know. If I make really small bags, I can probably get 4. But it's so cute. Look at the little sheeps. Okay. And then I showed the taupe version of this fabric before that I bought to line my yarn fabric bag that I haven't made yet with the, it was like the brownish fabric with like the metallic yarn ball on it, like the copper yarn ball, if you remember it. Anyway, I found the black version of the knit flash fabric, which I'm very excited about because these are my colors. I also recently bought a bag. If you guys remember my koi fish yarn bomber bag, I bought a bag with this fabric on the inside, a yarn bomber. I bought 2 yarn bombers. I splurged. I got a tax return. You only live once. So yeah, I bought 2 more yarn bombers, but I'll show those in the acquisition video. But yes, yarn flash. And then I bought this fabric because now I feel like I'm gonna be a sewist. Crocheter, knitter, sewist. Look at the cats. Where's the one that's knocking the pins over? Hold on. Where is he? Oh, there he is. The one knocking the pins off the table. I know I have dogs, but you guys, I was always a cat person. I've always, like growing up, I always had a cat and a dog. And then for a little bit, we couldn't have cats. Like my cat Lulu had passed away. And then we couldn't have cats because the dog we adopted wasn't good with cats or small creatures. And then lo and behold, I went and adopted a dog that's not good with small creatures. So I can't have a cat right now. But one day, because he's not gonna live forever. I'm not gonna live forever. But one day, there will be a cat in this house. But yeah, so I bought a cat fabric. And because of the Rainbow Connection, my brain got obsessed with Muppets. I found Muppet fabric, y'all. And not Muppet Babies fabric, because that's not what I wanted. I wanted like Muppets. Muppet fabric. My only thing is Rolf isn't on here. Or the guys, the balcony dudes who are like my favorite Muppets because they're just sarcastic and jerks. I love them. But Beaker's on here. Where is he? Beaker's on here. Gonzo's on here. I'm not really, unpopular opinion, I don't like Miss Piggy. I think she's snooty. Snooty pigs. Ah, got it. Okay, I was never a big Miss Piggy fan. I just couldn't understand what Kermit saw in her, and like frogs and pigs make no sense, and just I mean, they're Muppets. But anyway, I was super stoked when I found this. I originally went in the hunt for Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem because I saw fabric for them online and I couldn't find it, and I found this instead, and I'm okay with it. And I'm gonna pair it with, because these are Muppet sketches, so this is a sketch lined fabric. I'm gonna pair it with this, and then the lining fabric is gonna be this to throw in some color. It'll be pretty. So I might make 1 or 2 bags out of that. Maybe, we'll see. And then we're almost ready to do the giveaways. I want to mention another giveaway. So I posted a short video asking if you guys would be interested in Tunisian crochet giveaway. And I will say, I think this giveaway would be more keen for a non-Tunisian crocheter, like a beginner. I think this would be better for a beginner, unless you just want to have the book. Because the book, I feel like, is really, I mean, it says it's for beginners. So I just didn't read that when I bought it. Tunisian Crochet Handbook by Tony Lipsy. It's a beginner's guide. It's got patterns and instructions and whatnot in it, which I think will be nice. Theo, can we not? So this would be good for a beginner. And then, hang on. I couldn't just give you guys a book. Get down. See, you knocked my stuff over. So it's got these hand towels in it. And they're made with cotton yarn. And you guys might remember this from one of my I went out and bought yarn videos. I have this Pima cotton yarn. And I thought this would be pretty as a tea towel. So I'm going to fit this in with the book. And this is Lion Brand Pima Cotton, 3 ounces, 157 yards, 100% cotton, 4 weight. This is the Sea Glass colorway. And this is the Spice colorway. And I think they look good together. So I'm going to throw these in so you can make the towels if you so decide. And a Tunisian interchangeable crochet hook set, sizes 4 or E through K. So 4 through 10.5 from We Crochet. And I bought these because they were on sale firstly, and then they have the flat thumb rest, which I like in a crochet hook. The heads on them are very rounded. I like a pointy head on my crochet hooks. Y'all don't need to know that. But anyway, this is a Tunisian interchangeable set, and I believe that the We Crochet sets are interchangeable with the Knitter's Pride cables. I might be wrong, but I think that's the case. Do I have any right now? No, they're put away. But I think they're interchangeable with these. And the cool thing about interchangeable crochet sets, if you just put a stopper on the end, it's a regular crochet hook. So bonus. So yeah, so this, the book, the yarn, and because I didn't have a bag to put it in, I'm just using this Coco Knits bag that my maker's board came in. So you'll get that because it was just easier to put them in a bag. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And back when I was a kid, Tunisian crochet was called Afghan crochet. So to enter the giveaway for this, we're gonna just say Afghan, and we will give this away on the next episode, which will probably be in 2 weeks, because I think I'm gonna do an episode right before I go to the yarn crawl, or before the yarn crawl, and then the following week will be an episode like post yarn crawl, so I can show like if I bought anything or how the yarn crawl went with the trunk show and all that stuff. Go back in the bag. There we go. So yeah, so Tunisian crochet giveaway. Word to enter is Afghan, because you guys said that you would be interested if I were to do a giveaway for that. So there you go. Let's do the regular giveaway. So this is for the pink suri that might be felted, and I keep saying that it might be felted because it's a disclaimer, because I don't want you guys saying that I sent you felted yarn and it was like a bad thing, because I warned you that it might be felted. You know what I mean? I mean, it's free, doesn't matter. Bella Berry. So you get the pink suri. And okay, so for the lucky 13 300 subscriber giveaway, you are going to get the cinematic skeins Rainbow Connection sock set, and I decided to include a mini of Sister to the Fates because I like this combination. I know some people are not a fan of black yarn. If you are just not up for black yarn, let me know when you email me your mailing info, and I will swap it out for something else that coordinates with one of these colors. I like it with the sparkle, but yeah, that's that. So you get that. I did decide to throw in the Savvy Skeins Sensible Sock colorway. These are both apparently 80-20. Yeah, they're both 80-20, but the twist on them is different. So mine has a bigger twist, and this one's a tight twist. But if you don't care, because I tend to blend yarn with different twists, you could put them together. It works. Yeah. And then the Dogs and Yarn shirt, and the Twill and Print stitch marker, and I bought some stitch markers off of Jimmy Beans, and there were a lot of them, and they were all similar. Like, it's like they're flowers, but each design they're in different colors because I bought 2 sets. So it's like the same flower, but like one's blue, one's pink, and whatever. So what I did is I split them in 2, and I'm keeping one, and then this one is gonna go in the giveaway. So I mixed them up so you get one of each. So like, they're like that. But they're all different. They're all different flowers. So those are in there for funs. And I was gonna throw something else in here, but I can't remember what it was. So that might just be all you get unless I somehow remember, because I'm forgetful. If I remember what it was that I wanted to throw in there, I will throw it in there. I don't remember what it was. My brain, I'm telling you, getting old. Well, I was always forgetful, so it doesn't really count. Age doesn't matter. Dropped one. That's a redo, isn't it? Oh, all right, that's a redo. Knit, not weave. We've talked, I think. All right, so that one's for you. Lucky 13. Winners, please email me your shipping info to cinematicskeins@gmail.com, and I will get these shipped out. Don't know if it will be this week. I will try to ship them out this week. So yeah, because my post office closes at 4 and I get off work at 5, so I can really mostly ship on Saturdays. So yeah, if I'm unable to ship it during the week, then I will ship on Saturday. I'd say if you email me today, I can get it out today, but I don't know when I'm gonna upload this because I gotta go run errands because I woke up really late today and I need to go to the grocery store and traffic's gonna suck, so yeah. And then I will film the other part of the video of the acquisitions, which is just bags, a couple bags, 2 bags, three bags, and a little bit of yarn, not a lot. So it'll be a short acquisition video, hopefully. Anyway, talk to you guys again today or tomorrow. Happy knitting. Bye, y'all.